Vlogmas day 2. I hope you are all doing really well and having a really nice start to your December. I can't believe we're already in December. The festivities have started. It's all getting so Christmassy. It makes me so happy. So I'd love to know how you guys are doing. Obviously today is going to be the last day of the official lockdown in the UK. If you don't know, we've been in a second lockdown. It's not been as strict as the last one, but it has affected quite a lot of people, and today is the last day. So from tomorrow we can do all the Christmas shopping, we can go out, we can get our Christmas presents, all the good stuff. I'm so excited. Obviously safely, with precautions, following all the rules and all of that jazz. So today I wanted to do a little bit of a video about my bags. So I get so many questions from you guys about my bag collection, about my luxury designer bags, basically just about this shelf behind me. I always get so many DMs on Instagram and like comments on my YouTube channel and everything like that. So I thought today we could do a bit of a video about that because, spoiler alert, we have a new bag to unbox. I'm so excited. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen the bag because I would have posted it a couple of days ago. But I'm just so excited about it. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Go and follow me. Go and give me some love. I'm at Petite Ellie over on Instagram as well. So feel free to give me a follow because there's going to be so much festive goodness going on over there as well. But if you haven't seen it already, don't spoil it for yourself because it's a very exciting purchase. But I thought we could just do a little bit of a video about some of my bags, my designer purchases and all that jazz. But before we get started, actually, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your lovely messages about my hair. I have been wearing my hair straight a little bit more. I've been wearing my hair straight a little bit more recently, and I've had so many lovely comments, so thank you so much. A few of you messaged me like, why don't you wear it like that more often? And I will tell you for why. It's because I've discovered that basically my hair only looks nice straight when it's been freshly washed. After that it just goes like really flat at the top. Like, I have quite heavy hair and it can get quite flat at the top quite easily, and so I always found that like once it got to day 2 I literally was like, I just can't wear it like this anymore. So I basically found my happy medium. So my hair looks better straight when it's freshly washed, and it looks better, like it doesn't look good when it's curled freshly washed. So my happy compromise now is to straighten my hair on like the first day after I've washed it, and then after that, like second, third, and if I stretch it to the 4th, I will have it curled. And I found that it actually makes it last a bit longer, and it's just better for my hair because it means that I'm not using as much heat on it. You know, like straightening it every day or having to like recurl it a lot, because usually once I've curled it on the first day it will last a few days now. So that's the reason why. So now you know, if ever you see me with straight hair, that was hair wash day. I thought I'd also show you actually my outfit today. First of all, can we just appreciate how tidy this room is, because it's never this tidy. Like, if you are an OG follower, you will know that it's never this tidy. Also, yes, I do have my box light up because it is just so dark today. I'm literally filming this at like 10 in the morning and it's pitch black. Like, I would have had the lights on if it wasn't for this, and I hate having the lights on videos because it just goes so orange. So we've got the box light out, but I thought I would show you my outfit. So first of all, this jumper is absolutely stunning. This is a Revolve jumper that I got recently. I saw it online and I was like, that is the perfect Christmas Day jumper. That is absolutely stunning. Or even just like Christmas meals, like, you know, when you have like a Christmas, obviously I know things are different this year, but you know, when you like go out for drinks or have Christmas meals with friends and family and you want to wear like a nice cozy jumper because obviously it's cold outside, but you want to look posh, this is the perfect jumper. It is so gorgeous. It's got this stunning like detail around the neck where it kind of looks like a necklace. It's really cute. I absolutely love it. It's like this diamante detail, and it's just like a really nice jersey jumper. Very soft, not too thick but not too thin. It just feels like a perfect kind of like roll neck, and also like the roll neck isn't too tight at all, so I don't feel claustrophobic in it. And then I'm also wearing these trousers, which you would have seen in my what I got for Black Friday, which they're coming up. It's like really difficult to show obviously because I'm wearing an all black outfit, but you guys know I'm always about the all black. But these are basically, if you haven't seen that video, they are the same kind of trousers as my nude ones from Nasty Gal that I've had for years and years, but they're black, and I've never found a black pair before, and I found these on Coast in the Black Friday sales, and I was like, okay, you've sold me, I need those in my life. So I picked these up, and they're really, really comfortable actually, and just like a really easy like outfit like this when I'm just at home. I want to look presentable, but I still want to be comfortable. This would actually be a perfect office outfit. If you are still working in an office at the moment, these trousers are the perfect kind of like office trousers. I would definitely recommend them. They are so, so comfortable. But rambled on far too much about my hair and makeup, so let us start chatting about bags. So the first thing I want to do is preface this video, as I always do whenever I talk about luxury goods or like expensive items or designer purchases, is first of all, you don't need any designer items in your life if you don't want them. I know so many people that are perfectly happy with high street to like mid-price bags. My sister is never bothered about designer bags. She always laughs at me whenever I show her my new bags, and I'm always so excited about them. And she just looks at me and goes, I could not care less about that. So if you are not into designer items, that's absolutely fine. This is probably not the video for you. And second of all, with regards to designer items, I've had like a few questions recently about like talking through budgets and like how you afford designer bags, and the answer is just, it's about like setting aside that money if you want to buy the item, but having the money in the first place. I would never ever condone going into debt for designer items, putting it on your credit card, you know, spending beyond your means just for the sake of having a Chloe bag. I do not condone that in any way, shape or form. I did not make my first designer purchase until I knew full well that I could afford it. So just want to say there's two things, and yeah, if you're like me though and you like designer items, then this is a great video for you. I just wanted to say that because I know these kind of videos can be a bit like, maybe a bit like hitting a nerve for some people, and I do know that like when I've spoken about designer things in the past, I do sometimes get a few comments, and I just want to say I never ever want to encourage you to go into debt for a bag. You should never spend beyond your means. Something that someone said to me recently is, if you can't afford it 3 times over, then you can't afford it. And I think that's a really, really great motto to go with regards to like bags and things like that. And yeah, obviously like with my job, it's quite different as well with regards to like affording luxury things and like whatnot, because I don't live by paychecks. Obviously like most people get paid at the end of the month, which is both a positive and a negative, because first of all, it means that like I can get like big bulk payments like in one go, but it does also mean that I'm not guaranteed a paycheck at the end of the month, and sometimes I'll go 3 months without any invoices being paid. So it is difficult, but that's kind of with me, like it's a very different scenario with regards to like my income and how I like afford things and things like that, because obviously it just comes in very, very differently for me. And if you're freelance or anything like that, you'll understand it a lot more, but it does mean that like maybe bigger purchases are not easier, but like I don't know, I know that like I've got a certain payment coming through, and then once that's come through I can put half that aside and say, right, okay, that can go towards my bag. So it's just very different for me. So I don't ever like to give like advice or anything like that, but all I just want to say is please, please, please don't ever spend beyond your means, and don't ever think that a bag is worth getting into trouble for. And with that being said, let's talk about bags, because I feel like that was a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to get that off my chest, because you guys know what I'm like. You know I would never encourage anything silly or anything like that. I just want to show you, if you're a bag lover like myself, if you've got some budget set aside for a bag, if you're looking for a new purchase and you want to hear me chat about my bags and see my new baby, then this is the kind of video for you. This is actually quite a fun setup. I've never like shown you kind of this section of the like my wardrobe room before. I enjoy this. Anyway, I didn't want to do this as like a proper sit down like handbag collection video, because first of all I wanted it to just be a bit more casual and a bit more like us just chatting it through, and second of all I don't know if my collection like warrants an entire video, in the sense of like I just don't know if it's big enough. Like I know obviously I have a few designer purchases and a few handbags in my collection, but compared to like, if you, let's be honest, if you search on YouTube designer handbag collection, most people have like so many bags in their report, whereas I don't have as many. So I just wanted this to be a bit more casual, a bit more like chatty, and us just going through them, because I just get so many questions. So let us chat about bags. Do you know what, actually the first thing I think I want to tell you is, you might notice if you know my shelves well, if you have been following for a while, there is a bag missing, and that is the Chloe Tess, and that's because I've decided to sell it. I have been thinking about it for a while. I don't think you'll be surprised if you are like an OG around here. I have mentioned it before. It was a bag that I just wasn't getting the wear out of, and it was one that it was really difficult because like I really liked how it looked styled up. Like whenever I would put outfits together, the amount of times I would style it up for like reels or videos or anything like that, I'd be like, oh, this is such a cute bag for this outfit, but I just never wore it out. Like I just didn't find it a very practical or useful or easy bag to use, and so I just ended up, it sat on my shelf, I'd style up with a couple of outfits and then it would go back straight on my shelf. So I decided, I was like, right, I just think this needs to go to a new home, someone that's going to love it a lot more than I do, use it a lot more than I do, and just give it a new home basically and a new lease of life. So I sold it on to a friend, so I didn't have to like put it on Depop or Vestiaire or anything like that, who, when I mentioned that I was thinking about selling it, she expressed interest. And I know I'm going to get a few questions more about like why I sold it and like why I didn't find it a practical bag. And I would definitely say it is a nice bag. Like I loved the Tess when it first came out. It was my dream designer bag. I wanted it so badly. And then it wasn't until I had it in my collection that I kind of was like, it's probably my biggest designer regret. But obviously with the designer bags, like it's a, like I always think, I mean, you can sell them on, like it's not the end of the world if you maybe have something in your collection that you don't use as much, but it definitely is like my worst luxury purchase, I would say, which is like a bit of a thing to say. But it just, I didn't find it very practical in the sense of like, I didn't like, it's weird because I love my Chloe C and it has some similar features, so a lot of you might be like but just things like the double strap, I didn't like it on the Chloe Tess. Like I found that I liked to use that bag just over shoulder, and it really annoyed me that I had the second strap on it, so I basically just took the second strap off almost as soon as I bought it and never used it. I found it quite heavy for what it was, so even before you put anything in it, it was just very like clumpy. It was very loud. It was a very heavy bag, so before it even had like keys, phone, wallet, whatever inside of it, it was heavy in itself, which I just think is like a bit, I mean obviously you've got it on your shoulder all day and you don't want it to be too heavy and you don't want it to be like weighing you down or anything like that. And yeah, I didn't find the opening very useful because obviously it had the C like detail there, not the C, the big O detail, like I know you'll know what I'm talking about. It got in the way of opening and closing it. The amount of times I'd open it, like whack that into myself, and like when you closed it would like hit into it, and I basically just, there were so many things where I just didn't really like click with the bag. The main reason why I kept it so long is because I loved the colour, and I don't have any bags like that, well I didn't at the time have any bags like that in my collection that were near that colour, anything like that, so that was kind of the main reason why I kept it for so long. But I'm definitely glad that it's like gone to a new home. My friend absolutely loves it. She's been messaging me like with outfit photos being like, can't believe you didn't wear this, I'm loving it. So obviously like everyone will have different bags that they like and different like what's the word, criteria for like a bag to hit, and it just, the test did not hit my criteria, which is such a shame, but I've learnt my lesson and I now know that's not a bag for me. So that was probably, was that my second designer purchase I ever made? I think it was. So I might just show you kind of like in a bit of an order of like when I purchased these bags. And I think, yeah, my first designer purchase was the YSL Envelope Flap, I think it's called. I always forget what this one's called. I'm really bad with names. I won't lie guys with bags. I'm so dreadful. And I bought this one secondhand. Now that's one thing I also probably should have said at the start of the video. One thing that I will always say with regards to designer bags is secondhand is great. It is such a great way to get designer bags at maybe a lower price point or that's been reused. Obviously, as I said, I've literally just sold a bag to someone who has now bought a secondhand bag and they're giving it a new lease of life, and I'm so happy that they can do that. And I've done that to a few people. I've bought quite a few secondhand bags and I absolutely love them. I think buying secondhand is such a great way to get designer pieces at maybe a slightly lower price point, and also it's better for the environment, it's better for your bank account, it's better for the economy, like things like that. So I would definitely recommend having a look at secondhand. But yeah, this was my first one. It was the YSL Classic Flap, and this is such a great evening bag. It's got a chain and it does go crossbody. Now this crossbody, I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit like, I quite quite like it because often crossbodies on me are very, very long, and this actually sits like just above my hips, which is quite unusual. And I really like it when I don't have like a coat on or anything like that, but it does mean that when I have a coat on, it like sits almost just under my boob. So that's again something to consider if you're a bit taller, but that doesn't bother me too much. I think it's quite nice. The chain is really loud, which is a bit annoying, but and it also has a top handle. It's something that I learned very early on with regards to my designer purchases, that I need a top handle and a crossbody strap with regards to my bags. That's just, it's what I need. Like, that's what I like in my bags. So yeah, so it's like a good roomy. We've got obviously the like Saint Laurent logo there. And I would say that this definitely does look used at this point. I think when I bought it, it looked almost new, like you could see it had been used, but you can definitely tell now, like when you look at the leather has started to kind of like wrinkle a little bit at the sides, and it has like a few marks and scratches, but to be perfectly honest, I have used this an awful lot. So I think considering how much I've used this, it still looks really good for just for how much I've used it. I think it still looks really great. I would say if I was to resell this, I probably wouldn't get much for it, just because obviously it has been very used, but I don't think this is a bag I would ever sell because it's just such a classic. I love it so much. It goes with so many outfits. It's like, it's just the perfect evening bag for me. And then the next designer purchase that I got was a 21st birthday present to myself, and it was the Louis Vuitton travel one. This is the medium size, I believe. You've obviously got the bigger one, you've got like lots of different designs that you can get with these, and I'll tell you the truth, I have no idea what the name of this is. I think it's just called the travel bag. I'll leave links down below to all these items if you do want to shop them and check them out and see maybe different price points from different sellers. But I absolutely love this. It's such a great bag. I've had it for like quite a few years now. As I said, I bought it for my 21st, and it was like such a big purchase for me at the time. It was huge. I just remember thinking, oh my word, I've never spent that much money on a bag. But I definitely knew I wanted to get a travel one because obviously at the time things were very different with regards to travel, and I was traveling all the time. Like in 2019 I travelled to 7 different countries in the space of 4 months at one point, and my goal actually for 2020 was to do 1 country every month, so that's obviously gone out the window. But the reason why I bought this was because just I knew I was going to be doing a lot more travelling, and I wanted to do a lot more travelling as well. And it's a really great carry-on bag because it sits really nicely on your luggage. You can literally just put it on and you can wheel it along. The only annoying thing is it doesn't fit my laptop, which I just find so frustrating, because it means that if I do want to do work when I'm on the plane or whatever, my laptop doesn't fit into it. But other than that, it's a really great size. You can fit in iPads, you can fit loads of stuff in it. Alex would always call this my Mary Poppins bag, because the amount of times he'd be like, oh, have you got this? And I'll be like, hang on a second, rummage around and be like, there you go. So yeah, it is a bit of a Mary Poppins bag, but I love it so much. This is going to be one that's in my collection for a very long time. This will probably be something that I pass down onto my kids and maybe even my grandkids, because this is just never going to go out of style. And I think the next one that came into my collection is, I don't know if we technically class this as a designer bag, but I'm going to include it anyway. It's the Dior Rouge Couture lipstick clutch, and this was a really kind Christmas present from Alex's mum quite a few years ago. I just love it so much. It's such a gorgeous evening clutch, and I was actually having a conversation with my sister's boyfriend about this. He didn't understand what clutch bags were, and he was like, what's the point in a bag where you can't even like put it over your shoulder? Like, I don't get it. And I said to him, I was like, actually, one thing that I love clutch bags for is if you're going out for an evening meal, because the amount of times, like especially in maybe fancier restaurants or maybe a bit more like bougie or boutique-y restaurants, they have like sloping chairs, and so you can't put your bag on the back of the chair, you've got to put it on the floor. And let's be honest, we don't really want to be putting our bags, like when you've spent this much money, you don't want to be putting it on the floor, especially because like a lot of bags don't have feet on the bottom anymore. I've noticed that about luxury bags. A lot of them don't have feet, and so you end up like literally putting it on your lap, which is not comfortable to eat with. And so if you get like a really teeny tiny little clutch and all you need is like your purse, your keys, your phone, and maybe a lipstick, and then you can put it on the table next to you, and it means that you've got it like right in front of you, you can see it, it's not on the floor, anything like that. So this one was the 2018 Dior collection style. I'm going to show you one, and I'm actually working with Dior for this one on my Instagram. This isn't anything to do with the collab, and I'm hoping the collab will have gone out before this video does. If not, that's a spoiler for you that that's coming on my Instagram. I've got a big collaboration with Dior coming up, but this is this year's version of the clutch, and I absolutely love it. The leather feels a bit different. I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it's just because it's newer, but the leather feels a bit more supple on this one, interestingly enough. I will say as well, actually, the leather does hold really, really well on this. I've worn this out quite a lot, and you wouldn't know. I think it's quite a smooth leather, but actually I don't have any scratches or anything like that on it, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is this year's version. So the 2020 version, obviously every single year they now come out with a new style. And I won't lie, I wasn't a big fan of the style last year. I was looking at it and I was like, I'm just not the biggest fan. And I would say, if you're something that's really wanting to maybe start a luxury bag collection, these are a great place to start, because for like luxury price points, they are very, very good. Obviously, because it's technically like a lipstick clutch, it's not technically a bag. They aren't like at a bag price point. I think it's like £120 for this, which also includes 6 Dior lipsticks, which is absolutely amazing. As I said, the ad is on Instagram. This isn't anything to do with the ad. I just wanted to show you it as part of my collection because it's a new one in my collection and I love it so, so much. It's so, so gorgeous. I love the design this year. I think it is just really, really nice with the like snowflake, and you've got, if you can see, the little Christian Dior logo running about. And I like how the Dior is a bit more bold. That's one thing that always annoyed me about this, is that I felt like the Dior was just, it would have looked better if it was bold and in the middle. I mean, personal preference, but yeah, absolutely love this. So, so gorgeous. So this is probably one of my newest ones, but obviously it's like linked to that one. So that was like my next one, and then this is probably one of the newest ones, but I love it. It's such a gorgeous clutch and it looks so pretty on my shelves. I love it so, so much. Okay, and then the next one, everyone will be sick of seeing this bag. This I bought myself January of this year, and this to this day is still the most I've spent on a designer bag, and I do not have any regrets at all. I love this bag so, so much. I have nothing bad to say about this bag. When I first got it, I was a little bit worried. At first I thought it was leather like this, but it's actually canvas, but I don't really know why that's an issue. I remember a few people messaged like, actually it's canvas, and I'm like, well, do you know what? It does not mark in the slightest. It feels quite leathery. It feels really high quality, so that's fine. Canvas is fine. Doesn't bother me. But I got the two-tone Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis, and I love it. 2 pieces. As I said, I bought it in January last year, and I have not been careful with this bag. I have used this so, so much. I took it to Paris, I took it on holiday with me, I throw it in bags, I literally just throw it on. I take it every time I go into London because it's just the best crossbody bag I've ever owned. And you would not know, it is still pristine. I absolutely love this. Like, genuinely, if you looked at this, you would not know that it's been used at all. The handle is fab, the canvas is fab. It's just an amazing, amazing bag. I think it definitely helps the fact that it's got obviously a lot of monogram, like kind of pattern going on, and the fact that maybe it's canvas and it's a bit more textured. It means that it doesn't scratch easily, it doesn't mark easily, it doesn't like show any kind of like imperfections. The hardware you can probably tell a little bit. That's the only place where you can tell that it's been used, and it's only because you have to like pinch these to open it. So these are the ones that kind of like get the most use. And yeah, because often when I don't look, I like just kind of like wiggle this about to find the clasp. There's a little bit scratching there, but I mean, considering I've had this for a year and used it so, so much, I mean, I would love to work out the cost per wear for this bag, because you guys know I'm such a big advocate for like looking at the cost per wear, getting cost per wear down, and I reckon this would be pennies at this point because of how much I've used this. And this again is going to be something that's going to be in my collection for so, so long. It's just such a classic bag. I don't think the Pochette Metis is ever going to go out of style. It's one that is just going to be in everyone's like radar for a long, long time. It's so, so classic. They obviously have lots of different styles as well. They've got the like one tone, they've got it in black, they've got it in pink. What else have they got it in? They've got it in a few different others, but for me the two-tone was just the nicest one. I just think that it had like the most interest, the most detail, but it still is a very classic bag in the sense that like it goes with so much of my wardrobe. Obviously you guys know I have a very, very neutral wardrobe, and this goes with absolutely everything. And actually it does go quite well with pattern. I remember I put on my tartan skirt and I put this bag over the top and I was like, does this bag go? And everyone looked at me and went, yeah, somehow it still works. So it is, even though it is monogrammed and obviously it does have the pattern, it is still a very classic bag that you can wear with so many different outfits. And then the last bag to show you in my collection is my Chloe C. I love this bag so, so much. This is one that I bought a few months ago, and I kept going on about it with Black Friday, saying, oh, this bag never goes in the sales on Black Friday, but like, here's some other options, hopefully it will go down. They gave a £200 discount on this bag, which was absolutely insane, at Farfetch, which is where I bought this one from as well. I just love it so, so much. It's the Chloe C in small, not the medium. The medium is a different size. I think the medium comes down a little bit lower. Looks very similar on the website. I was really confused because at first I thought this was the Chloe C medium, and then I got it and I was like, oh no wait, it's the small. And then I saw online someone was like, no wait, it's the medium. This is the small. I know that for a fact. This is the small, and I don't know how much bigger the medium is. I can't warrant the size difference, but I love this bag so, so much. It's such a great purchase. Obviously, as I said, I know that I said I didn't like the 2 straps on my Chloe test, but actually I think it works with this bag. I think it just kind of makes it look a bit more edgy, and it just looks like a bit more casual. I would definitely say this is more of like a casual day bag. So I got it in black. It does come in the same kind of brown colour that my test came in, and I was weighing up getting it in the brown, but I just thought black was a lot more classic and would go with a lot more outfits in my wardrobe and everything like that. So I did get it in the black in the end, and I love it to absolute pieces. It obviously has the top strap, and then it has the Chloe logo. One thing as well, which I kept doing when I first got this, it's not a magnetic clasp. There's a little button at the bottom, like a little popper to pop it out, and I kept pulling it and yanking it, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna like ruin this really quickly. But yeah, I've had it a few months and it's still in really, really great condition. I'd say the only thing is that on the straps you can probably see a little bit of wear, but like it's not too bad at all. You wouldn't really see much, but obviously because it is a bit more of a softer leather, you would expect to see a bit more wear on this bag. But I absolutely love it. It's so, so gorgeous. I love the huge C. I just think it adds such a bit of interest, and this bag is just every bit of me. Now this isn't actually a designer purchase, but I just wanted to show you this one. Now part of the reason why I kind of was happy to sell my C is because I had a new bag come into my collection, which is quite a similar colour to what the C was. Now for some reason it's coming up quite orangey with my light. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's definitely more of like a darker caramelly kind of brown colour. Now I will link the brand that I got this from in the description box below because I literally cannot remember, but obviously this is very, very inspired by Bottega Veneta. Everyone loves these bags, but I was not about to pay that price point for a bag that has so many different inspired looks on the high street that you can get for a 1/10 of the price. So I picked this one up. I absolutely love it. It's a really, really gorgeous like crossbody bag. Now this one obviously doesn't have a strap on the top, and I did say my bags need a top handle and a full body, but there are some exceptions that I will make, and this was one of them. I think this is the kind of bag that I would only wear maybe in like winter time over coats, and I wouldn't actually need a top handle because I wouldn't be wearing it like in my hand. But I just think this is such a gorgeous bag, a really, really nice like wintry brown. I really love the like padded detail. So obviously this isn't like a designer bag, but just wanted to add this into the video just to show you, because it does go to show that you don't always need to pay the full price tag for something that looks very designer, looks very expensive, and is actually going to be in your wardrobe for a really, really long time. Whew, that was a lot longer than I was expecting to go on for about my bags. Considering that I don't have that many in my collection, you would think that I was just talking about like 10,000 different designer bags with how long I've been chatting. But let's get on to the moment you guys have been waiting for, the moment I've been waiting for. It's time to unbox my new bag, my new baby. I can't wait to show you. Okay, I wanted to come in here to do the unboxing just because it looks so magical and it makes me so, so happy. So, something very exciting to show you. As I said, you would have already seen it on my Instagram. I did actually do an Instagram collaboration with them, but again, this isn't anything to do with the collab. I just wanted to show you guys because I know that I would get loads of questions, loads of DMs and everything like that. And I think unboxing is just so magical. So this is from a brand, I'll get this up actually, called Designer Exchange. They are a reseller website. So as I was saying before in the video about going and looking at secondhand bags or things like that, I would definitely recommend. They're called We Buy Designer Exchange. I'll leave their Instagram down below, and I'll leave their website and everything like that. And they're basically just a bit more like, they're a bit smaller and they're a bit more just kind of like boutique-y with regards to the bags that they have in their collection. They obviously don't just do bags, they do like scarves, belts, gloves, accessories, clothes, anything like that. And they have like a really, really nice collection. As I said, it's a bit of a smaller collection, but they have some really, really gorgeous bags on there. So as I was working with them, they very kindly have sent a bag as a part of the collection. Now unfortunately this bag doesn't come with a box, which is a bit of a shame, and I don't think it comes with a, does it come with a branded? Oh, it does. So they've sent through 2 dust bags. We've got a Designer Exchange dust bag, and we've also got a branded dust bag. So let's unbox this. as you can see, it is a Prada bag. Now, I don't actually own any Prada bags in my collection, and I have been wanting to change that, so that's why I chose this one. And this is my first time seeing it as well, guys, so I'm literally fully unboxing this with you. Oh my word! Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. So I have got in my collection, it does tell me the name of this, I'm so bad with names. This is the Prada Saffiano crossbody bag, and it's basically just a really teeny tiny little crossbody, and I am in love with this. Now, all the designer exchanges have these cards on them, so like you can't send it back if you keep that. It just says, please note, returns will only be accepted if this tag remains attached. Oh, that's clever. So it tells you the accessories that are included. So it says it has the dust bag and an extra strap. Obviously tells me that it doesn't have the original box, a luggage tag, padlock keys, a rain cover, or anything like that. So very, very excited. Now, it also tells you who authenticated it. So this was authenticated by Jane, so thank you very much, Jane. And packaged by Harry, so thank you, Jane and Harry. It tells you your order number, the style code, everything like that. So that's really handy, but I am just obsessed with this. I'm assuming it's got like padding inside because it feels quite padded out. It does. Oh, the design is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got, if you can see inside there, like a really nice monogram inside of it, and it's got a Prada logo, and it's got a little like side pouch if you want to put a card holder or anything like that in. And now I know a big question will be, can I fit my phone? Where is my phone? Oh, here it is. Can I fit my phone in this? And the answer is yes. And I have the iPhone 11, so I'm pretty sure that's one of the biggest ones. I think there is one more size above this, but this fits in really, really easily. I reckon I could fit that, my wallet, some keys, a lipstick, maybe a little perfume, and that'll probably be it full. So it's a really gorgeous little bag, a perfect for like, I won't lie, I think this is a perfect bag for like Christmas shopping or going out, you know, having a little like Christmas walk, something like that. I think this is so, so perfect. It's a little bit more grey toned than I was expecting it to be, and I actually quite like that. It's not like purely white, which I think looks quite nice, and I think would mean that it's a lot easier to style up. This tag is annoying me. I think I'm going to cut this off because I know I'm going to keep this. Much better, so I can show you it properly, but it's just so, so gorgeous. Like literally the size of my hand is pretty much like the length of it, and like obviously it's a bit bigger than that, but oh, this is so gorgeous. Now, obviously, it does say on the website, like, what condition it's in, if it's perfect condition, unused, slightly used, and it did say on the website that it has been slightly used, and I can see a little bit, I don't know if you can see here, if it will focus on the bag. We do have, like, a little mark here on both sides, and that's absolutely fine. I was expecting that because it did warn me. Other than that, it's pretty much pristine condition. The hardware is in the most stunning gold condition, no marks on the front. So really, really happy with that. I think that is absolutely fine. And price-wise, this was £420, which I think for a designer bag is a really good price point. Obviously, Prada bags are usually a little bit lower with regards to like designer items. I'd say that Prada's probably more in line with like Chloe. And then obviously like a step above that would maybe be Louis Vuitton, and then a step above that would be like Chanel and Dior and things like that. So I would say it's, yeah, it's probably a bit more, I know affordability is just so ambiguous and everything like that, but I would say it's a bit more affordable in terms of designer purchases. But I'm so in love with this. I really like this little crossbody. I'm definitely gonna have to shorten that because that's gonna be way too long on me, but look how cute that is. Oh, I love it so, so much. I really love the hardware as well. It's like a really nice, it's not too yellowy gold. It's a really nice gold colour, and again you can obviously change the straps. You can make it a little bit tighter if you need to. So yeah, I am just so in love with this. This is such a lovely little early Christmas present, something I can style up with some really gorgeous winter whites and neutrals. I think would look so, so stunning in my festive wardrobe. So I'm really, really happy about this. This is such a gorgeous little purchase. So grateful to be working with We Buy Designer for this, because this is an absolute dream collab to be doing. As I said, this YouTube video has nothing to do with the collab. It's all happening on Instagram, which is why my Instagram post went up before this video did. But I'm just so in love with this. I can't believe that this is in my collection. Also aware that I'm now going to need to find a new home for it on the shelves, because you guys know This is probably one of the most exciting things, is to decide where it's going to go on the shelves. Let me know your thoughts, where you think I should place this. I really like how different it is to all my other bags. I don't own any light coloured bags like this. Like, it looks really, really cute. I'm thinking here, but then that's where my jewellery collection sits, but I might be able to move my jewellery box. I think that's really, really sweet. Fits quite nicely in with like the other items. I think because it's so tiny, I don't think we need its own cubby for it. But yeah, I quite like that there. Okay, I've had a bit of a play around and I managed to put my Stackers jewellery box on top of my Muji, so that kind of works. I can still get into it, and I think that looks really, really pretty there. Obviously, because it is white, it's quite difficult to kind of like make it stand out against the white shelves, but I think obviously because it's quite surrounded by black, I think it does stand out a little bit and look really, really cute. So let me know your thoughts. If you think it should go somewhere else, let me know. And tell me which shelf you think it should go on, and if you think I should rearrange this a little bit. But I'm just so in love with this. It is so, so cute. And because I know I'll get questions, just to show you guys lengthwise what it looks like on. This is a really, really nice length. It just kind of sits like on my pooch. Literally the perfect length. And then when you have a coat on, I think it will sit even nicer because it will come up a little bit higher. I think this is going to be a great bag for when you've got like loads of layers on, a big thick heavy coat, and you just want something like you don't have to worry about being too heavy, you don't have to worry about getting in your way or having to hold or anything like that. I think this is absolutely perfect for that. This is so gorgeous. I really like how it looks with this all black outfit actually, because it really stands out. You guys know I wear a lot of all black, so I might actually pair this bag with a lot of black looks because I think that would look really, really cute. But as you can see, it is adorable. I love it so, so much. This is such a gorgeous little handbag. Right, I think I'm going to finish that vlog there then, guys. I was not expecting it to be this long, but you know what I'm like, when I start talking I just can't stop, and especially when it's things that I'm passionate about. And as you know, designer bags are bags that I am passionate about. So let me know what your next designer purchase is going to be. Let me know what's on your wish list, what you're thinking about buying, maybe as a Christmas present, what you've asked for, or what you're going to be saving up for. I am definitely not done with regards to my designer bag collection. I absolutely love collecting new designer bags and just adding really like timeless pieces into my collection and things that I'm going to have for a long, long time. So really happy about this new little addition. It's so difficult to see it with regards to like the white shelves, but I'm just so happy. It's such a gorgeous little addition. I think it's the perfect winter handbag, and actually maybe even summer, like when you're traveling a lot, if you just want something like right in front of you that you don't have to worry about. I think that is such a great little bag. So I'll leave We Buy Designer in the description box. Again, not sponsored, but just wanted to let you guys know about them because they do have some really, really great bags in their report. So if you want to have a look, go and check them out. And also, I don't know if I should say this, but I feel like their bags are a little less pricey than some of the other resellers, and I think it's because they're smaller, so they don't have as much overhead to have to like pay for. And obviously they've still got all the same like authenticity processes, and like you know what you're buying is completely authentic, and you know you're kind of like getting your money's worth and everything like that. So I would definitely have a look at them and check them out if you are thinking about making any new designer purchases, any Christmas presents or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I am uploading every single weekday throughout Vlogmas, so I hope you guys are ready for all the festive cheer because there is so much festiveness coming your way. It's gonna be forced down your throats. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you in tomorrow's video, day 3 of Vlogmas. Bye guys.